All right, what's up, YouTube? How's it going? Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you made it by. My name's Jim. I'm a crypto trader and a forex trader here to help you understand the market from an Elliott wave perspective. Got lots to talk about today. Looking at the market, want to look at it quickly. I've got prison ministry to head to here shortly, and I got to get this out to you. So with that being said, let's jump into the analysis. Don't forget, I'm not a financial advisor. This is never intended to be financial advice. Just telling you how I'm looking at the market, and if it helps you, great. If it doesn't, it's really all right, but hope you'll stick around to see what's up. All right, let's jump in. First off, the running triangle, that the last ditch running triangle we talked about in the live yesterday was invalidated, so that's done. We had a break of that channel, and then we had to follow through, and so we didn't have any kind of rejection. So with that being said, downside from this region where I was expecting it, no go. So where I was expecting and looking at it, and for all kinds of good reasons, did not happen. So what is going on with the count now? Well, my count currently right now, as we look at this wave, I'm still in the overall assumption that we have one more move to the downside, and I've been talking about that for quite a while. I said we could come on up here. I just didn't think we would, to be honest with you, so I shared those things, but again, told you about the possibilities, but also told you what I thought. So with that being said, we try to get ready for all possibilities, but and trade whatever the market gives us. So with that being said, I'm still looking for a Z wave to come on down. Now, whether we get that or not, it really will depend, guys, because I know a lot of people are the sentiment is just changing so fast with this move. It's funny with every pump, with every bull move, the sentiment changes like on a dime. Oh, we're going up, we're going up. Oh, we're going down, we're going down. And that's what happens in a correction. We're up and we're down. 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 So eventually that's going to stop, and we're going to continue going up. There's no doubt about that. But the question is, have we finished the structure? Is this done? Okay, and so a lot of people are saying, yeah, it's done, and me, I'm thinking, nah, it looks like it's one more hit to the low. But a lot of people are also thinking about the implications of that and what the MAs are looking like and the EMAs and all those things. And so with all of that, we got to understand that, it could go up, it could go down. So let me tell the reasons, what I'm looking at right now is a possibility. And if I'm wrong, let me tell you what it could be instead. That way you can be prepared for if I'm wrong and what the scenario would be. Okay. Again, don't forget, this isn't financial advice. All right. So what I'm looking at here for this X wave, we need 3 waves. Okay. And we've been drawing this on the chart for quite a while. We need boom, boom, boom. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. And we're finally getting our 3-wave move. Now we got a W, we got an X that broke the low, and then a Y wave. All these are 3-wave moves, 3-wave move, 3-wave move. We're coming to the end of this last 3-wave move. So the last thing we need to do is analyze this wave right here, since all this is finished, okay? And then let's say, okay, is that finished? Does it look like it's got more to go? Where are the targets? And I put those out to you in the live stream yesterday, so hopefully they're being helpful to you today. So let's look now at the targets. I guess before I do that, I'm going to just highlight some things here. Having a hard time with my computer. Okay, highlight a couple things here that just of note. Let me zoom in just a little bit on the 4-hour. We do have, just to give a little credence here, we did get a bounce down just recently. I'm expecting another push to the low. We're getting a rebound right now, but I'm expecting another push to the low before we go back up any higher. But we do have some divergence here on between this here and here. There's divergence there. There's also divergence between this peak. That's backwards thinking. Sorry about that. It's the divergence between this peak and this peak, and this peak and that peak there. So we just received a little bit of a correction finally after pushing up pretty hard today. After we had a correction down to about 77.30 this morning, and then a push up, and then we're getting a little bit of we got a correction back to the 79 20 range, something like that, 79.20. and then we're pushing back up again. The question is that going to be lasting, or are we going to go down from there? So let's look at that. Let's zoom in. But we do have on the 4-hour chart got divergence working and fairly oversold here. We've hit back here this peak where we reversed here. We were sitting at 84. This one is sitting at 83.08. So it's pretty high on the in the RSI overbought region. So just for the what it's worth department there, as well as we haven't really this massive pump here that reached at 91.45. So the divergence, the highest divergence peaks were there earlier in the correction in particular. But as this correction has gone on, the peaks have been getting a little bit lower. To the downside just slightly. So we're sitting at about 84, 85. So let's see where this takes us for now. Right now, we have hidden bearish divergence on the 4 hours. So we've got, I'm sorry, not hidden bearish divergence. We've got standard bearish divergence here from this peak here to this peak here as well. So we got divergence on the smaller time from smaller peaks as well as the higher peaks. And so there is divergence, but whether that gets wiped out or not with another push high, we'll have to wait and see. But just want to highlight that on the 4-hour chart. Let's go to the where's a good place? Let's start the 15-minute chart here. Look at this wave in particular here. Now on a WXY wave, just 1 hour is going to have to be it. Sorry guys. Oh, there we go. You can see the channel that I have here. We're riding in a channel really, really nicely right now. Now we've broken out to the top just a little bit. Let me alter the channel. Yeah, I'm on the peak there. There we go. So yeah, it's actually done pretty good containing this wave. So this corrective move is still channeling very nicely. It's primed for a move to the downside, back down to the median line potentially, and then on up, or just slightly. We'll have to wait and see what we get here. But that being said, this could even be a reversal area. This could be a finished area. Let's talk about why this could be finished. I don't think so, but it could be for sure. Let's talk about it here. If we just measure this wave here from there to there, if the WXY scenario is correct, we've hit the 1-to-1 extension. Okay, the 1-to-1 extension has been tagged. We're sitting around it right now as we speak, and so that 1-to-1 extension is holding, but it's bouncing. But we're getting a push back at it. I'm gonna have to go to a little smaller time frame here in just a minute. I'm watching price over here, but yeah, we are holding that for now. But we'll have to see if price goes through it again or not. So let's watch and see that. But that being said, we hit the 1-to-1 extension. That's usually what you're looking for here in a WXY, especially here. This wave I'm counting as a WXY as well. That means I've got 3 waves here, 3 waves here, and this is actually 3 waves. I've got a way to count that as 3 waves. Now, if that interpretation is correct, otherwise this would have to be an ABC. Okay, and that matters, guys. A WXY, okay, is a 3-wave move where each wave is made of 3 waves. Okay, so it's a complex correction. It's basically a double zigzag or a double 3 correction. Okay, and so that's what it is. So you got A, B, C like that. You got a 3-wave move to the down and then a 3-wave move to the up. Okay, like that. Okay, and so you got a zigzag here. You could count that as a zigzag. That's debatable here. That could be a 5-wave move, could be a 3-wave move. So we're going to talk about debating that move here. But if that's a 3-wave, then I see a 3-wave here as well, where we have an expanded running flat and then a 5-wave to the upside. And that could be finished. And so let's talk about that and just see what we're looking at. And we'll keep analyzing for sure. Okay. So anyway, we got a target here of 81.36 as 1-to-1. Got another target up here right at $8,500 here, guys. And that would get us, depending on if we correct and come on and correct down a little bit sideways and then come up. That would get us over here to this trend line for sure. But that brings us closer to this top trend line up here. So we'll have to see if this remains in this channel or not as well. Now, if I zoom in, this wave. You can see that it's got its own channel that I've got. We can take a peek at as well. So I'm going to get rid of this larger channel just to do it. There we go. And let's see if we can analyze this wave as it sits. Now, if this is a Y wave, or if it's a C wave, it needs to be 5 waves. If it's a Y wave, it needs to be 3 waves. Now, if it's now, I know this is a lot of information, but it makes a difference as to what it is. Okay, if this wave right here. Sorry about that. And I think I may have just misspoke. I was just listening to myself what I was saying, and I think I may have just spoke a little bit. If this WXY is correct, okay, this Y wave needs to be 3 waves. Now, so I'm correcting myself here. That 3 wave can take on basically two forms. We can have a 5-3-5, or we can have a 3-3-3. From this scenario, we can't have a flat here because this didn't come deep enough to be a flat, so we wouldn't have a flat but that would be another option that could be, but it is not working out that way. So you've got a 3-wave move here, a 3-wave move there. Now this would have to be a 3-wave move if this first move is interpreted as a 3-wave. Now if you interpret that as a 5-wave, and there's a case to be made for that, a 5-wave move, okay, then that's a 3, and this would have to be interpreted as a 5-wave move, and we'd have to finish that as a 5. Regardless, I think there's a way to count this as a finished 5-wave move, but I like it better as an unfinished 5-wave. I think we've got a 4-wave to put in and then a 5-wave to come up. If that's a 5-wave move, we'll talk about that. But if this is a 3-wave, I've got a good case for that being a finished wave. Okay. All right, so I know this is kind of going back and forth, but just talking about the count with you guys, just talking about the count and what it could be. Now, the problem is the way to interpret this wave. That matters. It does matter for sure. If this is 5 waves, it's really hard to see the 1 wave in here, but it's probably hidden down there somewhere. 2, 3, and then, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, something like that. The 1's hidden down here. You can't see it. We'll just assume it's there. Okay. Then we got a 3-wave, and then so that would get you the 5-wave, a 3-wave, and then this would have to be 5 waves. Now the points, the targets we'd be looking for then, if this is a corrective Y wave as I'm calling for, then the 1-to-1 extension would be our first target. The second target would be the 127 extension, which is the $8,400, $8,489, $8,500 for all intents and purposes. And then the largest that we would expect it to go would be up here to 89.26. If it passes or surpasses the 89.26, guys, then we would expect this to be an impulse wave. This would actually not be corrective in nature, but it would be impulsive instead. And this would be basically a reversal. For everybody that's looking for a reversal, that would be my telltale. So if you want to know whether it's reversing off the bottom or not, if we get up here to the about $9,000, guys, I'm going to be pretty convinced that we've got a 1, a 2, and we got a 3 working on our hands. Okay, then we need a 4 and a 5 to finish that out. Now, don't be crazy to think that it's going to go like that. It probably won't go like that. It'll probably go even higher. Okay, it'll probably go up very, very, very fast and very complex, especially once we break out of the 1618 range. Okay, we break out of that, people are going to be jumping in. Why would people be jumping in? Well, lots of reasons, but here's a trend line that's got to be broken. We get to the 1618 region, which tells Elliott wave traders that we're dealing with an impulse wave. And we got 1, 2, we got 3 people jumping in. We got a 4 wave to the downside, but chances are we'd get an extended 3rd wave up to here to the 10,002 region, and then a little bit of a pullback, not much of one, and then up for another 5th wave to finish that guy out for the 5th wave. Then we'd be looking for a big 3-wave pullback, guys, and that's going to scare everybody, but certainly we'd be looking for a big 3-wave pullback to the downside. You say, Jim, no, we wouldn't get that big of a 3-wave pullback, would we? Glad you asked. Let me go to the 8-hour time frame just to show you what's happened in the past here. Now, I don't know if you can see this wave right here, but that's about $1,000 move off the bottom here. And then we had this nice long protracted, about a month long to two month correction here down that retraced from 4,200 all the way down to 3,200, 3,300, almost $1,000. So basically it took all of it back, almost 78.6, 80% of it came back. Okay, and so on the first wave, guys, we often get an impulse to the upside, and then we're going to get a 78% pullback. That's very, very common. So if this is a reversal area, guys, we would expect that this 5-wave move should, if this is a reversal off the bottom, if it were, we expect this 5-wave move to come on up here and then work its way down back down to this region. Once it's back down to that region, then we're off to the races, off to the moon. Okay. Okay, now we just got this move is pumping actually here, and I'm watching it here with on price. I'm trying to hit this. There we go. I'm trying to get rid of my drawing tool here, and it's just not working. So let's jump in here and let's see what's going on in the small time frame with this wave, because I see it pumping like crazy. And it's surprising that it's pumped that high, to be honest with you, because this wave came down really impulsively, but this wave has gone up. This wave has gone up impulsively, and so that's a little bit disconcerting to me, to be honest with you, because I was expecting this not to be a 3-wave. It looked very 5-wave-ish. I mean, it looks very 5-wave-ish to me, and that the fact that it broke the high is surprising here, because basically here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks like a 5-wave move to me. And this looks like a 3-wave move right now, so it looks like we're in a 1, 2, 3. Yeah, real surprised about that pump right there. That's surprising. But it could be just a fake out to the top or a finishing up. This could have been a 4-wave, and we just hit the 5th wave, and now it's might even have a little bit higher to go to come on down. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. But that being said, this pump came down so impulsively. I'm quite surprised at that. But it could be. If it's a flat, the only way to interpret this is a flat right there, if it comes down from here. But this would have to be a 3-wave move in order for that to be, and so I'd have to interpret that as a 3-wave. I'm having a hard time doing that. Price is getting a bit of a rejection off the top there, as we can see it right now, right on camera. You can just kind of see that thing. Looks like a 4-wave being made, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe one more hit to the high with a rejection, with a larger correction. Not sure about that one, guys. Not sure about that one at all. Again, this move surprised me that it made that high. I was expecting this to be a 5-wave, and then to get a 3-wave move up to the top, and then another 5-wave down, and then a move to the upside. I was really expecting a move. To go on down. That surprised me for sure. So I'll have to watch price there and see what's going on. But as far as a count of this wave, let's talk about a potential count here. See if we can get a hold of it. I'm watching the clock here, guys. I'm going to go here shortly. Hold on one second. Okay. Let's see. My kids are playing a game in there. A little loud. Let's see what I got here. Okay, so what I don't like about this wave structure is that there's no clear 1-2 wave. Okay, I really don't like. There's a 5 waves here, but the 2 wave just doesn't come down deep enough. What I prefer, to be honest with you, as a structure of a wave right now, and this is why I was talking about earlier, is that this right here looks like a running flat right there in the middle. This looks like a 5 wave. A running flat, and then it looks like we just got a 5-wave that finished out. It looks like it's done. It's a really strong possibility, and so that would be basically a 5, 3, and a 5 like that. Okay, and if that's the case, you can see where the fibs get when I pull the fibs on this guy. You can see that it comes to we just basically came up and tagged. Didn't quite tag the 1618. We came short of it. Here in 5 waves, but we can get 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there, and this is the 5th wave of the 5th. What just happened? That's a possibility, guys. That's a real possibility, and I'm considering it and watching it, because basically that would mean that this thing is going to come down strong from here. I'm still, guys, listen. If this isn't reversal area like everybody's hoping it is, like a lot of my trolls in my comments are thinking, and everybody's crying for Jim, guys. I'm a big boy trader, okay? We win some and we lose some, and I didn't think it was going to the upside, and other people did, and other people were trading it, and they got it right, and good for you, great, glad you got it, and I'm happy for you, I really am, but I wouldn't wish you harm. I wouldn't wish you to miss it, for me to be right and you to be wrong. I'd never rub it in your face, for sure. And so that being said, if this is not reversal area, guys, you really have to be careful. You really need to be careful. If this count is right, we're going to get a starch a staunch dive to the downside here shortly. Once this wave is finished, it could potentially be done right where it is. There's nothing says Elliott wave wise that it has to go any farther than it has gone. Okay. Now there are other people can come up with a count that might support more upside. Okay. There might be more upside to go, and I'm not saying there won't be. All I'm saying is that there's nothing that demands it from an Elliott wave standpoint, especially if the ABC pattern that I just gave you, 535. Okay. So especially if that 535 is correct, this A and B and C, that's a very good count there. It's channeled nice. It's this thing has been contained very well in a channel. I wouldn't surprise me a bit if it just came down from here, but it doesn't have to as well. We want to be on guard for more upside. So the targets that I have for more upside, if we get more upside, we would be actually looking for, instead of a 3-wave move here, which would be so because I just counted this as a 3-wave move, if that's the case, guys, then this would have to be a 3-wave move as well. And so this Y wave would be a 3-3-3. Okay, now, if that's not the case, and this is 5 waves, and then we need 5 waves in this wave, and if that's the case, then we'd probably be looking for something like this. Come on, there we go. I count something like this. 1, 2, 3's up here somewhere. Could have just finished or be close to finished. 4 and 5, something like that. And then that gets us up here to that $84 to $8,600 region. So that's what I would be looking for, guys, if we're going to make 5 waves up here. Now, keep in mind, invalidation points. If we get a wave up here that surpasses $9,000, guys, $9,000 is your key number. Okay, it's a little bit less than 9,000, but 9,000 is a nice round number to remember. If you get a wave up there that surpasses $9,000, we are looking at an impulse wave, and there's good reason to believe that we have bottomed and we're heading up. So that's going to be my telltale, okay? That's going to be, for me, my invalidation point of any kind of further downside, okay? So that's what I'm looking for, guys. That's the way I'm looking at the market. I think that's all I have time for right now, and we'll just have to wait and see what we got going on, if we get rejection here, or if we get further upside. I kind of have a feeling here that on the smaller time frame, that was just a pump to the upside, take out some stops if anybody went short up here, and maybe heading on down again. Well, maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. Is there any divergence happening here? Not really to speak of. We got divergence here on the 5-minute. Of course, it's 5 minutes, guys. I mean, anyway, there's definitely still divergence on the 1-hour chart. We had a retest there. Well, it just all depends on whether we get follow through or not. But for me, from wave structure standpoint, it doesn't look like you're going to get the follow through. It should probably come back on down. That's the way I'm looking at it for now. The market actually tells the tale. That's just my view on it. Okay. Hope you guys have a fantastic day and enjoy your evening. And if there's anything worth sharing after I get back from prison ministry tonight, maybe we'll go live and see what's going on. Okay. All right. You guys have a fantastic evening. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye.